Nowadays, there are still educative institutions where it's obligatory to learn religion. Students are evaluated about their religious knowledge without taking into account their own mentality or ideology. By the way, that means that students of the primary school learn the history of religion and the religious culture without any previous orientation or logic argumentation, which they obviously are not capable to think over because of the youth age. So they limit themselves to memorize what the teacher explains. And due to that fact, lots of teenagers are actually indoctrinated since they were just kids. Apart from that, there are also a lot of young people of the secondary school that are learning a subject in which they do not really believe and are not interested in. So the school is trying to make them understand and adopt some concepts that they are against. It is completely normal that people can be evaluated about subjects which they dislike. But a human brain cannot learn the opposite of the thoughts. All this made me propose a specific question, according to history and human moral philosophy. To what extent is religion a belief, or it has been an obligatory doctrine developed by certain institutions to profit themselves through the years of human history? During the history of humanity, religion has taken an important role on people's mind. So huge is that influence that one of the most powerful institutions had been created due to a belief. It is called the Church. In Spanish schools, students learn the Christianity, which people consider Jesus Christ of Nazareth the Son of God. People must swear perseverance in the perpetual love to God, who created the world, in order to get an eternal life after the carnal experience. Therefore, students memorize different prayers dedicated to Him. Apart from that, they will know the history of Jesus Christ as well. But this credence turned into a doctrine as the church was getting more and more mighty. The increase of the economy made this institution become ambitious and covetous, with the aim of forming an only guild in all the society, sharing the same ideology. Unfortunately for them, a part of the population didn't support this faith to God. Those were called as heretics, and so was created the Inquisition in order to remove all these people, as well as who were considered witches. For this reason, a terrible genocide occurred, and according to the omnipotence of God, I asked myself, wasn't God capable to save those guiltless people at that moment? The death of one person is a tragedy, whereas the death of millions of people is just a statistic, said Joseph Stalin. Sadly, this quote has quite reason. People tend to remember concrete names about other atrocities that the Catholic Church committed. Galileo Galilei, William Tyndale, Juana de Arco, Jan Hus. They are all victims of the Church. But what I try to say with this short explanation is that what religious books, teachers, or the Church tell youth people to introduce them to that topic is not everything they have to know about religion. In school, they just learn a fraction without problematical aspects that can generate any prejudice. That is why they are kept in the innocent ignorance. Apparently, some memories were dissipated in the fire. Because of that fact, I mean that everyone must form their own credence. It must not be given throughout any doctrine. For this reason, parents should not influence in such a personal mentality when they are just kids. They have to be mature enough to decide to believe or not. Thereby, people will start learning religion when they have their own consciousness about the faith in God. In conclusion, nowadays we live in a society where religion is not as present as it has been before. However, it is a very important topic too, as well as a subject in some schools. In Spain, the Socialist Party proposed to delete it of the education system. And I agree, because there are a lot of youth people learning religion just because their parents wanted or the school decided. And I think that it cannot be a normal subject, because faith is a personal decision. After having developed his ideology, the student will deepen in the matter by other special religious institutions, like catechesis or something like that. Because being indoctrinated is the contrary of having personality, and every human being is unique because has an own mentality, which can only be changed by the owner.